You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, hunger.
Welcome to Tried, Tested, Conquered. I'm your host, shauntamoore, and I promise you, this moment right now, I'm on cloud 9,000. This is our debut show. So you got to go run and tell somebody, tag somebody, call somebody, because I just do believe that God is in the building today. Tried, Tested, Conquered. The purpose of the show is to be able to understand, because clearly we've all been tried, right? We've all been tested. This platform, I promise God that whatever platform that He blessed me with, we would share that platform to be able to show to the world what you conquering those tried times of your life look like. Those, trying times, those tested times. So we're here. And let me tell you, my very first guest today, oh my Lord, this lady got a story. Miss Meketa Jones. I don't know if you know the name, and if you don't, listen, I need you to just grab your phone right now, your little handy dandy notebook. Let's go ahead and Google, because she has a lot to share with the world. So Meketa, welcome.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Thank you.
This is, I don't know, you're excited too?
Yes. Yes.
Listen, you have had a journey, young lady. To my knowledge, let's see. You went viral overnight. Roland Martin just really set the bar. President Obama said, you know what, we need this chick here now. And now life has navigated you to Atlanta, Georgia. I need you to tell the world, we have a whole bunch of people looking. Who is Meketa Jones?
Oh my goodness, this question, and I think we talked about it before, it's hard. A lot of times I could explain who Meketa Jones is, the police officer. I could tell you who Meketa Jones is, the mother.
Right.
I could tell you who Meketa Jones is, the wife. But this experience that I've gone through is really teaching me who I am as a person. I'm loving and I'm caring and I have a lot of compassion. I'm a crybaby, This journey.
You can't be a crybaby and a police officer at the same time.
You know what? I've learned that I know how to fight for others, but in this season of my life, I'm learning how to fight for myself. Which is so hard.
Come on. That's good. Learning how to fight for yourself. I think that's why we go through a lot of trials, because we haven't figured out how to fight for ourselves. We wind up becoming victim to what he said or what she said or what they think, or life just happening and that little enemy whispering in your ear that, you weren't good enough for this anyway, or you failed. I want to jump right into your story. You let it be known that you are you've been a police officer for a long time, but there's a story in there.
Yes.
How old were you when you joined the world of law enforcement?
I was 26 years old.
Okay.
I was a single mother, single parent. I refused to be what society and what my grandmother had told me. She was like, you're going to be just like your mother on welfare with 5 children.
Oh.
And so when I got pregnant while I was in college at 19, I kept saying, I want more for my life. And I remembered my great-grandmother would always say, I see greatness in you. And I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. Mm-hmm. So I refused to be a statistic. So once I got pregnant, I said, I got to do something. Welfare is not good enough for me. I can't wait once a month.
Come on.
So after I had my daughter at 20, I went into the U.S. Postal Service, which everybody knows the U.S. Postal Service pays nice. The money was good, but my purpose, I kept saying something better, something more. I'm supposed to be doing more. And I kept hearing my great-grandmother's voice saying, I see greatness in you.
That was your great-grandmother, which we know that there's season and wisdom there. Now, who told you that you were going to be just like your mother? That was your grandmother, right? It's amazing. People don't realize the power of words. And when you're young, how those words are seeds that they plant in our mental or in our spirit, so it's amazing. You don't even realize God was navigating you then. Because to be able to have the tenacity to say, okay, that's what you say, but that's not what I'm feeling. And that thing that you were feeling on the inside, that was nothing but God preserving you, young lady. So high five, you've been fighting for yourself. How about that?
Yes.
You've been, so being law enforcement, what led you there?
Actually, what really made me decide to go into law enforcement was the beating of Rodney King.
Okay.
I was in
remember
college
that.
at the time.
Okay.
And when I saw the video, I was sick. I had never, and I'm being honest, I'd never ever had a bad encounter with a law enforcement officer. I mean, I've never had any have to chastise me, but I knew the law enforcement officers in our community. They would come around, they would talk to us, we knew them by name. I mean, it was not the same as it is now. Now you don't even know your law enforcement. I don't know that person. Or who was officer? I don't know. Back then, community policing was very important. Mm-hmm. So when I saw the video, I kept saying, I can't believe all officers are like this.
Now, I think, where are you from? Because I think we skipped that earlier.
Cleveland, Ohio.
Because it matters. Keep going.
Yes.
Keep going.
So I kept saying, I can't believe law enforcement is like this. And then to watch, like, I'm a very detailed person. I thought my purpose was to be an attorney. Okay. So I pay attention to details. Okay. And to watch after they beat him, how they hog-tied him. Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't pay attention to that, and they threw him off to the side of the road, and they left him there. Yes. And then the officers went over to the side and had a long conversation. And I kept saying, not even an animal should be treated this way. Right. And I kept saying, this can't be, and I'm supposed to be a prosecuting attorney. I'm supposed to be the one that stands beside these law enforcement officers, and this is how they behave. It made me sick. And I just kept hearing my grandmother say, if you want change, sometimes you have to be that change. Yes. So I decided at that point in my life, because I had to leave school early, I'm going to try. I think I may want to be a police officer, because I want to show people they don't all have to be that way. And if they are, I want to be that officer that people see and decide, I don't want to do that because she's going to say something. I want to make law enforcement officers that are not there for the right reason. I want you to be uncomfortable when I come in the room. I felt that way. I want to make our people and all people feel comfortable. We're here to serve and protect. I wanted people, when they saw my face, they knew I can trust her, that she's going to do a job. Not that I'm a pushover. She's going to do a job, but she's going to do it with compassion. And regardless to whether she has to put me in cuffs or not, she's going to respect me.
I think if you don't see it by now, her passion is just brewing over. When you hear me say, and we're getting ready to take our first break here, but when you hear me say police brutality, what does that mean to you? What comes to mind when you hear that?
Oh my goodness. When a person of power, see, we have so much power as law enforcement. We have the right to not only take your life, we can actually incarcerate you. We can tell you be quiet. That's a lot of power for somebody. Mm-hmm. And when you put people that are not humble, that haven't ever experienced being put in a situation where you have control over me, to me, brutality to me is like a person that takes advantage of their authority. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And especially when you have that kind of authority. And when you have somebody that does not respect authority, or that ends up with a God complex, you have a bomb waiting to ignite. That's what brutality means to me.
So what were you thinking when you went live? What was going on in your mental? What made you at that moment decide, you know what? Forget the rest of it. Here we go.
This could be my son. No matter, everybody was saying at first, it's, well, if your son's not doing anything wrong, if he doesn't have to be bothered with the police, you don't have to worry about it. But then I started seeing innocent men that had not done anything being killed by police, and I said, that can be my son. And I started to think, that could really be my son. And I felt the pain of other mothers. That's when I said, something has to be done.
It's amazing, and that's a great way to go to our first break. Pain will push you to your purpose every time. Yes. No matter what we go through, in order to decide that we want to change, something has to hurt our feelings, hurt our heart, or speak something negative to us in the way that, it does something to us. We feel it. But it's amazing, what do you do after the pain show up? If you think about it, what sensible move do you make after the pain show up? And for you, and even for me, I decided, oh no, we can't do this. Let's step into our purpose. And I do believe that you've done just that. Please stay tuned. We will be right back with Miss Nakaya Jones. This is Try, Tested, Conquered.
Don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel.
Sir Markadu here with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Hey, we got a big sale going on while it lasts. We have incense, bundled incense, already sent it, ready to go for only $3 a bundle. If you get a dozen of them, only $24 a bundle while supplies last. This is a time of the season to bless people with something, a small gift item that you can bless your friends, family, in-laws, and outlaws with. So please come on down to Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Okay? Or give us a call at 404-286-6700. I'm Sir Markadu with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Is it your life worth it?
Keep hope alive. Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Try your eyes.
Welcome back. We are with today's guest, Miss Nakaya Jones. And if you're just now tuning in, did you go call somebody and invite them? Because I told you, this show today, people are needing to hear her passion, her love for the people. And as you are joining us now, you will continue to hear her story. And hopefully, the pain that pushed her into her purpose will speak to you so that you can move into yours. Welcome back, Nakaya.
Thank you.
So we left off with, understanding why this is so personal to you, talking about police brutality and how you realized that this could have very well been one of your sons or one of your relatives, and it woke up something in you. So the moment that you decided to go live, your life has changed since then. It's amazing. That pain that you felt, those tears that burnt your eyes at that moment, just shoved you into your purpose. Let's talk about what happened when you went live and the journey thereafter.
What I will say is, my children mean everything to me. When I tell you, the only person I love more than my children is God, I mean that. My children are everything. So to see my son be that concerned after the death of Alton Sterling, that was the fire, really. And then to be up and watching the video, and like I told you, I think we may have talked, and I told you, I'm watching the video, and then I saw my son's face on Alton Sterling's body. It made me sick.
Oh, like a visual.
It was a visual.
Oh,
how God knows what to do.
Yes.
So I went downstairs in my house in front of a house that we had just got built from the ground up. Sat on my fireplace, and I said, you know what, I'm going to go live. My Facebook page is private. You can't even get on my Facebook page. So I'm thinking, I'm talking to just my friends that I have on Facebook. And we've had debates about different police shootings before. And it's funny with us, we're talking to my friends, we can agree to disagree. I didn't know the backlash I was going to get behind this video from law enforcement. So I did the video, went back upstairs, went back to bed. And about 1 o'clock in the morning, my son woke me up. Mommy, you went viral. I'm like, I went where? It's a virus. I'm thinking it's a virus. I'm serious. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, no, Mommy, you got over 1 million hits. I'm like, what? He was like, Mommy, you on Hip Hop Nation. All the celebrities are tweeting you. I'm like, what are you talking about? They got your name as a hashtag Nakaya Jones. You become a national hashtag. I'm like, what? That's when I realized,
wow.
First of all, that's when I realized how important this situation was and how it was not only affecting a small group, it was affecting the world. I mean, to see what happened and see people saying, we love you, Officer Jones, you're the truth. And I'm like, oh my God, But I didn't know the next morning I was really about to get the truth.
Okay.
I started getting calls from the police department because I was off work from my dispatcher saying, you need to get in here. It's news cameras all in the back of the department. It's news people everywhere. The department is up in disarray. They're calling the police department and shutting the phone lines down. We're getting calls from all over the world, either for you or against you.
Wow.
I'm just like, oh my God.
As you're talking now, I hear what you said earlier about the stain that was attempted to be put on you as a young person, that you ain't gonna be no better than this. But it's amazing that here we sit at such a time as this, even though the pain from those words, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Pushed you into your purpose at that moment, it is still pushing you. And I'm just sitting here as you're talking and I'm going, oh my God. That people, we have to understand that just because someone may be in a season in their life where they don't understand that they are great, or where they don't see that they can do or that they can produce, you know, that pain has pushed you into a blessed place.
Yes.
You know, so with the threats,
Yes.
with the officers not really being your brothers-in-law now, your sisters-in-law now, how did that affect you?
That was the most painful thing for me, because a lot of law enforcement officers that I work with, when I tell you I've been there on personal matters with them, so even if you didn't agree with what I said, I felt like you would respect me. I had no idea when they said the blue line was real. That's when I really learned about the blue line. I never took any, gave any mind.
What does that mean, the blue line?
The blue line, people say, is you don't talk against a police officer. If you're a police officer, you just you stay behind the line. You don't tell if an officer did something wrong. You have my back. It's almost like the snitching code.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If you're in a gang, you don't snitch. You don't tell. I think one of the most profound things that happened to me after the video went viral was I was contacted by one of the Bloods and the Crips. And he said, Miss Jones, I hated the police. I would have never sat down with a police officer. That's not who we are. That's not how we rock. But when I heard your video, it made me want to do something different. He said, so I was called to ask to speak at a rally, a peaceful rally after the death of Alton Sterling and Castillo. He said, and I agreed. He said, and as I addressed the crowd, I thought about how would you want us to address you?
Oh, wow.
And so he sent me pictures. It's in my book. The Crips and the Bloods came together as one on that day. And they sent it and said, you are my hero. That, I'm trying to,
I'm fighting them myself, because, yeah.
That touched me because these are young men that don't even know me. And my own brothers and sisters in blue wouldn't even stand with me.
Scripture says that God will use the foolish things of the world to get people's attention. And when you think about the gangs, we know what that is. Let's get our some. We know what that is. We know what that life displays. But to have them come together in a way, okay, I'm gonna have to stop because she has tears.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go, try your.
Greetings, Sir Meketa here with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Hey, we got a big sale going on while it lasts. We have incense, bundled incense, already sent it, ready to go for only $3 a bundle. If you get a dozen of them, they're only $24 a bundle while supplies last. This is a time of the season to bless people with something, a small gift item that you can bless your friends, family, in-laws, and outlaws with. So please come on down to Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Okay? Or give us a call at 404-286-6700. I'm Sir Meketa with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go, dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, tested, hunger.
Welcome back. as you could see, the last segment was definitely got emotional, which I think speaks volume to the character of our guest today, Ms. Nakaya Jones. Welcome back. Thank you. You had me in tears over here. The threats against you, however, you were reached out to by well-known gangs and affiliates. Your threats didn't come from, how you say, the little people. It came from the people that you really placed your life on the line with on a day-to-day basis. And to have the Bloods and the Crips actually come together because you made the choice and the decision to be silent no more. Regardless of what uniform you wore, you made that decision, and it's amazing. Making that decision caused a shift worldwide. And a lot of people think that we've lost the world of gang members and you know, the different allies that are against each other. But when you have someone such as yourself to just say, you know what, my people, these are my people. And when I say that, I'm not just talking in color. And a lot of people don't, you know, they don't get that. Believe me, Black lives matter. Yes. But so does white lives. That's right. So does Hispanic lives. So does Asian lives, and any other denomination or, you know, nationality that I'm not mentioning. All of our lives matter, and injustice is injustice. Right. And at this particular moment, a fellow police officer who was you were still on the force. Yes. You were basically being treated like an outsider. Yes. So you've caused this ripple effect in the gang world, and they've said, you know what, we need to do something different. Ms. Jones, we heard you. We haven't heard this officer. We haven't heard that officer. Matter of fact, we don't even want to talk to him. You said that earlier. Yes. But for such a time as that, they heard you. Nakaya, how does that make you feel?
I know that my great-grandmother always said, you want to make a mark in this world. You know, it's not about making a mark after you die. I don't want to be popular because I died. I want to be popular by the way I lived. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure that I leave something popular for my great-grandchildren, mm-hmm. my great-grandchildren, mm-hmm. and my great-grandchildren. And to hear what came from the heart reach the heart. I had letters from Africa, Europe. It wasn't, like you said, it wasn't just us. Right. It was whites, it was Hispanics reaching out to me. And I had so many letters. I still have letters in my inbox that I have not even read. Right. And to this day, it's still going on. I can't even explain it to you. I feel like if I don't do anything else in my life, I did what God wanted me to do. I feel like I spoke up. I spoke my truth, and my truth healed people, and my truth made people look at things differently, and my truth made people uncomfortable. But God said it was supposed to. It was supposed to make them uncomfortable so that change can come.
So that change can come. Yes, yes, yes. How has your life changed? I'm fighting tears over here because I get it. And I'm pretty sure that this has been a lonely journey. I'm pretty sure that this has been one of those journeys where everybody didn't get or understand why you put everything on the line. But, you know, I think the purpose of this show is to be able to spotlight this. Being a conqueror over the thing that tried to take you out. And a lot of people, when you say take me out, people automatically think you're talking about killing this flesh, killing me physically. No, you can kill someone spiritually. Yes. You can kill someone mentally. You know, you can speak words that could actually kill, you know, them. And they take a lifetime of trying to get on the other side of that. And I sit here and I look at you. And just even understanding what we, you know, things that we had talked about before about your childhood and your reality dealing with your own parents as your childhood, you know, in your childhood. And then to hear those words from another family member that you ain't gonna be no better. But yet here you sit flawless, honey. Wow. Wow. So what are we doing now? What is all of this birth, the doors that is open? Because I know we had some talks. You might be a little bit better than just Officer Jones, Miss Lady.
Yes, so we decided, my family and I, to leave Ohio.
Okay.
God said, move.
Okay.
He said, it's time to move. When I tell you we lost everything, we lost everything. The brand new house that we got built from the ground up, we lost our cars, we lost everything. And I could hear the enemy in my head saying, see, if you just shut your mouth. If you just shut your mouth, you were a law enforcement officer 22 years, you could have retired in 3 years.
Why you just wouldn't take
Why
care
would
of
you
yourself?
just be quiet?
Yeah.
And God said, because it's so much bigger than that. And he said, just watch. Do you trust me? And this season in my life, I am learning to trust God. So when he said move to Atlanta, at first I was like, oh my God, I don't know nobody down there. Lord, you really want me to move, Lord? He said, I put something in you. You've been writing gospel plays for almost since 2007. It's time. Do you remember what those gospel plays did in Ohio? You remember how watch what's about to happen when you go to Atlanta. Oh, your speaking was powerful in Ohio, but wait, they want you. They're hungry. They need it. Go down there. Speak your truth. Teach. I said, all right, Lord. So we left everything. Me and my husband packed up. We left a house, moved into an apartment. Oh, but God.
But God.
Nobody could have told me I would have met the first African-American president of the United States, President Barack Obama. Amazing. Nobody told me I would have been sitting next to Bishop T.D. Jakes. Amazing. Nobody told me I would have been on a Joe Madison's show or Roland Martin. Nobody told me that people would reach out to me and say, look, we got your back. Don't worry about it. You don't know us, but we got you.
Wow. You have a stage play that's coming up soon.
Yes.
All right, tell me about it.
It's called In the Midst of the Storm. It's going to be in Rome, Georgia.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect, in the midst of the storm.
Yes.
Okay, and what's the date?
It is June 29th and 30th.
Okay, we're gonna take a break here. We're gonna come back and talk about a little bit more about Miss Nakaya Jones with her bad self. Stay tuned.
Living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
Keep hope alive. Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Greetings, Sir Markadu here with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Hey, we got a big sale going on while it lasts. We have incense, bundled incense, already sent it, ready to go for only $3 a bundle. If you get a dozen of them, only $24 a bundle while supplies last. This is a time of the season to bless people with something, a small gift item that you can bless your friends, family, in-laws, and outlaws with. So please come on down to Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Okay? Or give us a call at 404-286-6700. I'm Sir Markadu with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, hunger.
Welcome back. We have had some great conversation while we were at break, and I think we're going to pick up right there. We've learned about Miss Nakaya Jones. I do it every time. We learned about Miss Nakaya Jones, her area of being tried, understanding that there was indeed some testing. Honey, you're walking conqueror. You do know that, right? You're walking in the conquered part of your story. And it's amazing the doors that this is opening up for you, the relationships that it's birthing for you. I consider it a privilege and an honor for you to share this set with me today, because I told the Lord a long time ago, send me, I'll go. And I know that me going means I have to take certain people with me. I'm going to meet certain people. And when I say go, and I just heard it plain as day, explain that to the viewers. When I say send me, I'll go, that's wherever it is that God is leading me. Because when we take and we sit down and we I don't want to say care about the journey, because obviously we want to care, but when we have an opinion, thank you, Lord, about the journey, where we're going, I think that's when we get in our own way. You know, worry not about the details, just move, Shaunta, you know. And I'm pretty sure that you were not worried about the details when you moved that night and spoke your truth. You understand what I'm saying? Spoke the reality, and it has led you here. We were talking about a stage play that I am looking forward to see. And I think you know that I'm a playwright as well. And it's amazing, all of that pain and all of that craziness, it comes out in those words. I'm a singer, I'm a songwriter, I'm an author. It all comes out in that. And do you find yourself there?
Yes.
You find yourself there.
Yes.
And it's like, I don't know for you, like when I write certain stuff, yeah, I really don't remember what I wrote. And then when I go back and read it, I'd be like, oh, Jesus, this was good.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely.
But then I think that's the evidence that you need to know that you are not operating in your own power. Yes. Nakaya, you haven't walked this journey in your own power, and I think you know that. You know, and just because we cry or we get emotional don't mean we're weak. Don't mean we don't trust God. You know, at the end of the day, this is flesh. If I'm not mistaken, didn't Jesus say, oh, good God Almighty Father? He didn't say it like that. They're my words. If it is possible to remove this cup from me, yes, do so, right? Yes. I need you to take it right now. Just a little bit more, with tears running down his face. Yes. But if it is not thy will, then thy will be done. You know, so I just do believe that God allows those tears to be a release. Yes. You know, a release of pressure, a release of weight, a release of stress, so we can walk flawlessly. Yes. The journey that he has for us, you know. And you sit here and you don't look like the mental turmoil that I know you've been through, you know. And keep pushing, keep believing. Your story is your story. The way God allows you to perceive everything that has happened to you, it belongs to you. Nobody gets to critique it. Nobody gets to rewrite it. And I think that's how we really get lost on this journey, because it doesn't look like everybody else. It doesn't sound like everybody else. Oh, no, she's just putting too much into that. But nobody can tell you the level of hurt or the level of pain, you know, or just how bad this journey has hurt you and just how bad this pain has hurt you. Oh, but honey, after the pain. Yes. After the pain. Yes. So, okay, we are working on stage plays. What else we got going on?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. I've also wrote my own sitcom. Police sitcom.
Okay. Now when you say sitcom, I'm thinking funny. So we done got all the seriousness out of the way, or is there gonna be some? You think you're gonna? It's gonna have some slots in there.
It's funny, but it's serious. Maybe I should say a drama, police drama.
Okay.
More so. I just happened to write it. God said write it, and I'm used to the gospel plays. I'm okay, Lord. You want me to write?
It's still gospel.
Absolutely.
Amen. It's still gospel. Amen. It's speaking to what it's supposed to speak to. Yes. You know, so it's still gospel, honey.
So I'm excited. He said, write it, take it to Atlanta. So I'm just going to wait and see what God does.
What goes with it. All right, did y'all hear that? Okay, so she's here with a product, so somebody need to do some calling because she done stepped out on faith. She is right here in Atlanta, and honey, these doors that God has already opened up for you, I know somebody is waiting to be a part of your journey. So I'm gonna need y'all to, we're gonna let you know at the end of the show how you can get in touch with us here at Tried, Tested, Conquered, because you never know. This could be a conquered avenue for somebody else, you know? So I just put that little shout out there for you. You're good.
Thank you. I just love you. Thank you so
God
much.
Bless you.
Me and Benjamin Crump are working on my second book.
Wow.
Called Blue Uniform, Black Skin.
Wow.
Yeah. And we will be doing that, and it's going to be coming to television and Netflix is looking at it, but now they're talking about making a movie.
Blue Uniform, Black Skin.
Yes.
That's bold. That's different. That's good. I can't wait to see that.
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So wow, are you ready?
I am excited. A young lady named Lolita Files is writing the story to help with the story. Just her talking to her, and she's writing, and I'm telling her my journey. It was a healing. I had no idea that there were places inside of me that were hurt,
Still broken.
Yeah. But telling her my story and telling her my truth, I started to heal. And I started to, when this journey started, I was 215 pounds. God started working.
Where?
Yes, God started me walking His faith walk, asking me, do you trust me? Do you trust me? And I started shedding the weight. I didn't do anything different. I didn't work out. I'm honest to God, I didn't do anything. The weight just started coming off, and I realized it was the weight of unforgiveness. It was the weight of not having faith.
Good.
It was the weight of carrying other people and not knowing how to carry myself. And to watch it come off, this is the first time I can say since I was born that I really feel beautiful. I'm being honest.
Oh, wow.
I really feel beautiful.
Oh, I'm not crying with you no more today. We ain't got time for that. Okay. You know, okay, I heard you, Lord. So basically you feel like your outside is caught up with your inside.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that plain as day. Well, okay, past the tears, we're going to go to a break. And we are going to come back, and Nakaya is not going to make me cry anymore. This is Shaunta Moore. Stay right there.
Ooh. You ready for this? Ooh,
we can't be doing this.
This about,
Keep hope alive. Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Greetings, Sir Meketa here with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Hey, we got a big sale going on while it lasts. We have incense, bundled incense, already sent it, ready to go for only $3 a bundle. If you get a dozen of them, they're only $24 a bundle while supplies last. This is a time of the season to bless people with something, a small gift item that you can bless your friends, family, in-laws, and outlaws with. So please come on down to Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Okay? Or give us a call at 404-286-6700. I'm Sir Meketa with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, hunger.
So clearly it looks like you've been crying. So I want you to share, because there's so much more that we didn't get to. Nakaya is a published author. We're going to talk about this book, this unique title. Now, before we went to commercial we were talking about how not worrying about the details and just deciding to move. And as you move into your blessed place. You move into, those doors that you just had no idea was going to swing open. I want you to let the viewers know what just happened, the reason you cried when we were at break. Because I am rejoicing with you, honey. Because we talked about your stage play, right?
Yes.
Okay, so there you go. You got it.
So my stage play will be in Rome, Georgia, the 29th and 30th. And you and I were talking. I happened to look down on my watch, and Tyler Perry just retweeted my our flyer for the play, and I'm just blessed. I feel honored because I've not met him personally, but he's always been a mentor to me. So it's just, I'm just sitting there saying, oh, but God. That's all I can,
God.
That's all I can say.
And
I'm
you
just,
stepped out on faith.
Yes.
You stepped out on faith. You know, it's amazing. A lot of times we don't realize we can outgrow our environment. That doesn't mean that we consider ourselves to be, and that was personal for me. That doesn't mean that we consider ourselves to be bigger or better or badder than anybody else. It's just that at that moment we were called to move. God bless you for moving. God bless you for moving. You have helped so many people decide that, you know what, you're absolutely right. If the police woman can do it, and you know that's the way it was said, they didn't say police officer. If the police woman can do it, I got a voice too.
Yes.
I can move too. I can let you know that I feel like there's no integrity in this. I can, you know what I'm saying? And then just look at these doors. So I applaud you. And keep going. And keep going. And I'm looking forward to the play. I will be there definitely with bells on. Now, let me get this here book. We didn't talk about the book. We were just so talking about everything else. And I love the title, The Truth Divided. I love the cover because it shows how it is indeed divided.
Yes.
Split right down the middle. And you have the truth and you have the question mark area.
Yes.
You know, is this true? Did they see? Because we know people's perspective of their reality. Tell us about the book.
The Truth Divided, actually, I decided the title because I wanted to give both perspective. The perspective of being a law enforcement officer to show people that there are good law enforcement officers. But then I also wanted people to see what it was like to be an African-American woman on a force. I was the first and only African-American female on the force that I was on.
Come on now.
Also being a mother. And also being able to speak out as far as being an African-American, period. Being treated differently in this country. Being treated differently just being a woman. So it's a lot of truths in that book, and it shows you both sides of the coin. A lot of times you can't get both sides.
Right.
But since I lived all of those sides, I can tell my truth.
Right. You lived all of those sides. You can tell your truth. That's good. That's a powerful statement. A lot of people have said to me, you know, Shaunta, we know some of your story. We know things that you've journeyed through. I couldn't do it. Well, Shaunta couldn't either. Nakaya couldn't either. By the grace of God, for such a time as this, we're able to do and produce and go and connect where it is intended to implement purpose.
Yes.
We are walking in purpose.
Yes.
You know, it's a lot of times, a lot of people go 50, 60, 70 years not knowing who they are, what they're called to do, you know, and I'm a little country girl. I grew up on a farm. So, you know, when you have, you know, a small area, a lot of times you have smaller mindsets because they have not had a visual of anything outside of that little small area. So, you know, I remember growing up, my mother used to say to me all the time, honey, you from Moultrie, but you don't belong here. You know, and I was like, well, what did that mean? You know, she said, your mindset, you got to go because it's too big for this place, you know, and looking, that's why we take and flock. God says, okay, go over here. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. You're an example there. You've laid the foundation for people there, but now it's time to move. I think about it like when you talk about the church, the structural building itself, I think people give the church too much credit. The church, the structural, I think I said last night, they need to leave that cement alone. It's just standing there. Yes. Somebody placed it there. Now you being the walking church, the walking instrument, the walking voice, when you walk through the door, that's what, you understand what I'm saying? That's what gives this structured building its purpose. Yes. Because if you're not in there, you got to take God in there with you. Yes. You got to, and you're taking your story with you. You're taking the church, you are walking and introducing people to this blessed place in your life, this survivor place in your life, this conquered place in your life. And I'm just excited. I am excited. You got a friend, honey. You got a friend, you know, it has nothing to do with the lights. It has nothing to do with who you know, where you go, where you been. When you can connect in the spirit realm, when you can see that, you know what, this woman of God has the tenacity to carry what God has given her. I feel like we all have the tenacity, but then a lot of us make the choice not to move because it's unpopular, or we may lose some friends, or I got to leave some folks behind, you know. So I applaud you. I applaud you. And God has my eyes on you. You have inspired me. There's a lot of times we get to a point where, because of where we are, you know, where we may be physically positioned, we don't want to say the wrong thing because we don't want to lose what we have.
Yes.
That didn't matter to you. And I thank you for that, because losing that weight has made room for all of this greatness in your life. Honey, can you say that you've been tried?
Yes.
That you've been tested?
Yes.
Welcome to Conquer.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to Conquer. And it looks good on you. So we got a book, The Truth Divided. Where can they get it from?
You can get it off Amazon. You can get it off of Barnes and Noble.
Okay.
It's everywhere. I thank God, and I know God had his hand in it. This book is almost 5 stars. And that's amazing for a first-time writer.
Yes.
I just thank God. Like I said, everything you're saying, Shaunta, is amazing. Because I told my mom, I said, I woke up and I know my purpose is inside of me. And God said, but the power in Ohio, the power's not here. You got to go to Atlanta. Because when purpose meets power, God's promise is going to come to pass.
That's like, good.
All right, Lord.
That's
so
good.
Now I feel like when I tell you my feet, as soon as my feet hit Atlanta, I felt a shift. It was, you understand, it was something I can't explain. And now God's purpose, I mean, people are just opening doors like you. And I thank you. I honestly, humbly, this is who I am as a person. People be like, you don't act like Meketa Jones. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to act like. You're a celebrity. I don't know. But this is me. I want to humbly say thank you for this platform. Thank you for everything you are doing. You have a sister.
I told you I was not crying with you no more. And we just got a handful of minutes left. I told you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My book is Tried, Tested, Conquered. And when God blessed this platform, the first thing that I said was, oh my God, what am I going to name it? And plain as day, he said, tried, tested, conquered. Because that's what we need to understand. In life, we are all going to be tried. We're all going to be tested. But you got to hold on so that you can conquer it. Yes. And you've done just that. So I thank you. And in the words of shauntamoore, that's me, hashtag, here we grow. This has been good. This has been good. Don't you move. We're going to come back with an inspirational nugget.
You're living your life. Don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from
Keep hope alive. Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?
Greetings, Sir Markadu here with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper. Hey, we got a big sale going on while it lasts. We have incense, bundled incense, already sent it, ready to go for only $3 a bundle. If you get a dozen of them, only $24 a bundle while supplies last. This is a time of the season to bless people with something, a small gift item that you can bless your friends, family, in-laws, and outlaws with. So please come on down to Heavenly Body Products, 2571 Park Central Boulevard in Decatur, Georgia. Okay? Or give us a call at 404-286-6700. I'm Sir Marketing with Heavenly Body Products, where we help God's people prosper.
You're living your life, don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you.
Thank you so much for joining me today and spending this blessed hour with me. My guest today has been one of the most inspirational people I've met in a long time. When God allows us to go through something, the key word is we went through it. He has to lead you to it, carry you through it, deliver you from it to your blessed place. And once you find yourself dwelling in your blessed place, that's when you realize he was there all along. So I tell you, my story is my story. Your story is your story. We need each other's story to be able to speak into a place that maybe my path in my life did not take me. But if I'm sitting and I'm watching something on television, or I'm listening to the radio, or I'm navigating my cell phone, ask yourself, are you moving in your purpose to be able to bless someone today? The thing that you went through yesterday, the thing that you went through last week, it wasn't created for you to die there, but it was purpose for you to grow there. And as long as you are taking and allowing people, the world, to know your story, then they'll understand your testimony. And not only understanding your testimony, you'll be able to break down some barriers and break some chains and kick through some brick walls that seem to be the only thing blocking them from their blessed place. So understanding, with the name of this show, the purpose of this show, you've been tried, so have I. You've been tested, so have I. Welcome to being conquered. You conquered that thing. It didn't conquer you. So if nothing else, know who you are, embrace who you are, and share with the world, because they need you. God bless.
Don't know which way to go. Dry your eyes from the tears you had to let go. Understand that there's light at the end of the tunnel. Try, test it, hunger.
A lot of times when we mess up, or when we sometime might err, we feel like God don't want to have anything to do with us, or God don't love us anymore. But I'm here to encourage you, my sisters and my brother, and to let you know that I read in his word, and it said that he'll never leave us nor forsake us. Yeah, that's right. And I don't know about y'all, but I believe our God is a God of another chance. Listen, I was blind, couldn't see the devil had chains on me. Didn't know night from day, but I knew it was a better way. Yeah. See, one day you gave me a song, and made me strong. Now I have the victory. What a change come over me. You gave me another chance, God, and I thank you. You gave me
from day, but I knew it had to be a better way. See, one day he gave me a song. Through his word, it made me strong. Now I have the victory. What a change come over me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Lord, I could have been gone. I could have been gone. Yeah. God, you keep loving me over and over and over. Over and over. Lord, when I don't deserve it. God, you keep doing it over. Lord, I give it all to you. God, I owe you my life. We owe you our lives, Lord. Hey, hey. There've been many times I strayed away from your will, but God, you wouldn't allow nothing to happen to me. Hey, because of your grace, God, because of your mercy, I'm still standing here today. Lord, all I can say, hey, Lord, I thank you. God, I thank you for another chance. Oh, yeah. I've gotta live my voice. Wherever you send me, Lord, I'll live my voice. I'll tell of your goodness. Lord, I'll give it all. Stay right there. Lord, I'll give it all. Hey, Lord, I give you my worship. God, I lift my hands in praise. God, I give you everything I have, everything I'm not, everything I got. God, I owe it all to you, Lord. I don't know who's out there.
Keep hope alive. Our nation needs love and respect. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to be hungry. My name is President R19, and whether you know it or not, I am God's elect president of these United States of America.
Are you tired of living in fear of side effects? Do you long to be free of medication? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? Get to the root of your problems and stop putting a Band-Aid over the symptoms. Get your copy of The Rainbow Diet, your journey to great health. Isn't your life worth it?